Let's see. JD, say something.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
My name is JRB, the producer. Kicking down the door. 1, 2.
1, 2. A check. All right, and we're recording.
Hello, everybody. It's a Doge world out there.
Doge. Wait,
it's a Doge eat.
A Doge eat Doge world. Welcome to episode 14.
Hey, everybody.
The Valentine's episode. No. Welcome to episode 14 of the Not All Here podcast. It's your boy Easy L.
I'm JRB, the producer, aka Jettison Bombardier.
Hey, welcome to another delightful episode. We hope that you guys had a great weekend, and we're here to start off the next week properly.
Yes.
So we already want to jump into like the first thing. We were talking about this before the podcast
It's been
started.
tumultuous. I've been talking about this every day too much.
I think
I'm ready to get over it.
It's almost
I can't wait for this podcast though
to air out some stuff.
Yes.
But we wanted to start the podcast because a lot of crazy shit happened in the world of Wall Street, I guess you could say.
Stocks, bro. I can't believe we have a podcast about stocks.
Yeah, I know, right? Who would have thought,
Bruh.
We're getting old. But no, so basically, for those of you who don't know, something recently happened where Gamestop, the store that we all used to love, but they hate us when we trade in our games and they give us dirt shit.
That's why they're a valuable company, because when you give them a game, they give you back 25 cents.
I know, they're like,
so they're,
for all these brand new titles, 50 games, I'm going to give you $1. And we're like, what the fuck?
Very smart company. And for some reason, you gave them the game.
I know, for some reason, because you were like, well, I mean, I guess I'm already here. Might as well put $5 towards this another game I want. But anyway, so JD, I feel like you might know a little bit more.
Let me break it down.
Yeah, break it down.
Okay, so this actually started like either a year or 2 years ago from literally one guy.
Okay.
One dude. Basically, he was, this is a guy that knows stocks. He kind of knows this shit, right? Mm-hmm. So he was looking up stuff about GameStop, and he noticed the shorts on GameStop were crazy and kind of too high. And he actually started a Reddit thread about this. He made a big bet on GameStop. He actually did research on them, looked up their financials, saw that they weren't really. So I think everyone's perception of GameStop is going downward and it's going to kind of tank. And it's not what it used to be. Exactly. Because now people mostly buy games in other ways, maybe directly through your system, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he was looking at their financials and he was like, yo, this is a good company. Like, why are these people shorting this? Like, this? Yeah. And for people that don't know, I'm not going to explain it correctly, but shorts is basically when someone bets that a company is going to fail. They put money on a stock expecting the stock to go down more. And then when it does, they profit.
Exactly.
It's kind of like lending a stock in a way or leasing. Maybe that's not the right word, but that's it in general. And what was happening is that big hedge funds and big companies and rich people on Wall Street, they do this to make a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. They make really big bets on companies that are on a downward trend.
Exactly.
And then for the expectation that they're going to make a lot of profit. And for years, they've always done this and it's always worked.
Exactly.
Now, in this situation, this one guy made this bet, right? He's like, no, I like GameStop.
Yep.
So then he actually makes a Reddit thread about it, and it's actually really funny. You can look up the Reddit thread, and everyone is clowning this guy. And they're like, yo, you're an idiot. Like, yo, you're going to lose so much money. But now this guy, he might be up like 100 million. He's up millions.
He's up millions.
He'll like, every now and then he'll post like his, earnings or whatever. And it's insane. Hopefully he's sold some.
Yeah, I know. I would say to hold all that in and not take something out.
But anyway, that's where it started. Then over time, I guess, maybe there were more threads about it. More people started hopping on. And then just recently it became this huge trend. And it kind of became this this trendy thing, this fun thing to do, where people were like, yo, screw the corporations, screw these guys. Let's throw money on GameStop. And it's almost like a meme stock, right?
Yeah.
So by that meaning that it's something funny people can get behind. Kind of people our age, maybe a little bit younger. We all love GameStop. We all, used to go there, buy games, whatever.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, yo, let's pile on. Let's see what happens. I think GameStop, I don't remember if it was $10 or $50, but
It was low. It was
It
like
might have
cheap.
been like $10.
It was really cheap. I remember because it was just like I said in the stock market. It was like just like super low.
Then it shot up to 50. It caught everyone's attention. Then it shot up to 150. Then it shot up to 300. Then it shot up to like 500.
Yeah.
Now it's around the $300 level. But it's kind of been this war because people want to protect. The people in power want to protect these hedge funds. They want to protect these billionaires. So what's happening? It's almost like this weird online battle of kids or people our age wanting to throw money on this thing almost as like an idea now, like, oh, screw the big guys.
Exactly.
We're going to back this and we're going to screw them.
Yeah.
And basically if you're like a regular person buying money in GameStop, that screws the people that are shorting it.
Exactly.
Because if the stock goes up, their short does the opposite of what they want it to do.
They end up losing money.
And they could end up losing a ton of money.
Yeah.
And it's this one main investment group named Melvin Capital. They've lost billions and billions so far.
They had to get bailed out by who was it? The Mets owner?
Yeah, the Mets owner put down like $12 billion to bail them out, and then I think that got taken in like one day. So now it's like back up and down, right?
Yeah.
So nobody really knows what's going to happen, but they're saying it could go up even more, but also people are saying it could go down.
You never know.
Yeah. But also another level to it is companies trying to help the big guys.
Yeah.
So basically everybody's really mad at Robinhood.
Of course.
So Robinhood is an investing app that regular people can just get on your phone. It's free trades. It's not super hard to set up.
Yeah.
And basically, Robinhood halted trading.
Yeah.
Which really screwed the people that believed in GameStop, GME.
So to take a quick pause, basically what happened was, so the stock got to it was around 300 or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically people were like they were like, wow, we're making a lot of money because they were raising the price. And then Robinhood decided that, you know what? They, from what I remember seeing videos of the dude who is co-founder and CEO of it, he was saying that he's like, oh, well, we felt like we had to help people from, losing their money and shit. And so what they did was some people wanted to invest more so they could keep the price going up and continue to make money. Because, man, I saw so many like posts and stuff like on Reddit, even people on TikTok talking about they were making like life-changing money just within like a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Robinhood was like, you know what? No, we're stopping this.
Well, so basically what Robinhood's claim is that the market is really volatile. I want to protect these people that don't know what they're doing from losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the problem is, does that stop being a free market when you don't let people buy what they want to buy?
Exactly.
Which is basically illegal. Yeah. Also, it comes out that Citadel Group, which is highly in with Melvin Capital, which is the guys that took the biggest loss, right? They're in with Citadel, and Citadel, I don't know if they own 40% of Robinhood or if they back Robinhood 40%. There's something going on there where they're in bed with Robinhood.
Exactly.
So people are saying, yo, Robinhood is doing some illegal shit by stopping people to try to cut these losses.
Exactly.
So it's been kind of crazy.
It's been like super wild, and like it's even still going on now. And like the price went back up to what was it, like 3?
It's still around 300. It'll drop. It'll go to like 350, drop to 250, but it's been staying around 300 for a minute.
Yeah. And so, but there's like so many people who are invested so much into it. And it's crazy because I remember when it initially happened, which was like just a few days ago, where like we saw this dramatic change in like price. Seeing all the people who were part of these hedge funds and stuff being like, this shouldn't be allowed.
Right.
It was really wild to see, even though like they do this stuff like on a daily. Yeah. And this is just how the system works. It was just very interesting. It brought up a lot of interesting talks and points. But before we get to that, I also wanted to bring up, so all of this happened, and then to sort of put this on the side for a second, then this other thing, this meme coin popped up that's been around for a minute. But like, if you don't know, we all know about cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or was it Bitcoin Lite? All these just a cryptocurrency, right? So this was invented as a joke, Dogecoin.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know what Dogecoin is, it's like a picture of a dog. It's just like another cryptocurrency that somebody made to be funny, right? And then this, like, when it first started, what'd you say, Jay? It was like the value of it was so low.
So when we had that conversation, it was at 0.007.
0.007.
Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't even at a cent yet.
No.
And so to put that in perspective, if like I had invested $1, you're gonna get like a lot of shares if at that time.
Oh, thousands
of shares because it's
no, wait, $1?
Yeah. Let's just say 50. Just
Well, no, it'd be like 100, right?
Yeah. So you'd get a lot because it's not worth a cent.
Yeah, more than 100.
More than 100.
Yeah.
And so, but then what ended up happening was I think with everything that was going on with GameStop, people were like, hey, we should do this for Dogecoin too. And then the price of Dogecoin slowly started climbing and it was wild. But I know you probably have more about that too.
Okay, so I can't believe I actually saw the future, yo. I saw it. I was sitting on that couch talking to you about it because I saw what was going on GameStop, right? Mm-hmm. And I actually got in on a little bit on GameStop.
Yeah.
Put down some money.
Yeah.
I made, I actually sold it a cool time. I made like $200 from GameStop.
Nice.
But then I saw, because I knew about Dogecoin. I just never bought it. But I was like, you know what? I need to buy this right now. Because these are like meme stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like guys on the internet that want to have fun. They have a little bit of extra money. They're looking for some shit to do.
Yeah.
And GameStop was getting kind of fucked because you couldn't buy it, right?
You couldn't buy it.
So I tried to buy it at that time. I couldn't. Then I went to sleep. I was in the bed. It was like 1, 2, 3 a.m. I don't know what time it was. But something told me to buy that shit. I'm like, yo, let me figure out how to buy this shit. So I went in, right? I actually threw a
nice amount of
a lot of money at it.
Let's just say that, yeah.
So I bought it when it was like a penny.
A penny.
And then I woke up in the morning, it was doing good.
It was doing, yeah.
So I doubled down. Then it was doing really good. So then I tripled down.
Oh my God.
So then that entire day, that was an amazing day. Just watching it. It went up to like, I think people say its highest was 8 cents, but I feel like it was 9 cents at one point.
The highest I saw, it went up to 8 cents.
Was it 8?
Yeah, that's what I saw. But it could have went to 9, but I feel like if it did go to 9, it was there for like a little bit and then went back down a little bit.
So basically, everyone, it's this online community pretty much run through Reddit where people are trying to talk about this and keep this thing going. And Reddit, everyone's like, buy.
Yeah.
Like if we really believe in this, and the goal was to get it to $1.
Exactly, that was the goal.
And basically the way that works, if you buy it when it's a penny, right? If it goes to $1, whatever amount you invested, you can add 2 zeros onto the end of that.
Exactly.
So if you invested $100, you would make $10,000.
And if you invested $1,000, you'd make $100,000.
So that was everybody's dream, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I've learned a lot from this because that night I should have pulled out, and I was watching my profits go crazy, right?
Yeah,
and I was just looking at my phone, and something told me to hold it because everyone was saying, you know, what if this goes to $1?
Exactly.
If it goes to $1, it's life-changing
money. Yeah.
Right? So then the next morning, I wake up and I look at my phone and it's just tanking.
Went down.
And that's not a good feeling. And I've learned that. So there's two different kind of investing you can do: long term and short term.
Short term, exactly.
Short term is scary.
It is scary.
And certain people aren't built for that. I'm not built for that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking at your phone and you see your money going down by thousands, it's
you're
scary.
Like, what the?
It makes you feel sick. And I think that happened to a lot of people. And we saw it go up and then we saw it go down.
Yeah, and then now it's kind of like around like what, 3 cents?
It's leveling out.
It's leveling out a little bit. But it was very interesting because I remember I was there when all this was happening because I had put in like $92 and I made like my money back and then another 100. So I came out good.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, bet. And like, it's just it's very interesting because, like I said, I don't know really too much about stocks. I just know maybe like the basics of how it works and blah blah blah. But I think I knew more so about long term. You know, you put stuff in, you hold it for like a few years, and then you pull out later in life to hopefully, you know, you retire or some shit. But the short term stuff, it was so interesting to. When the Dogecoin was going up, bro, I kid you not, like every time I went on social media, like everybody was talking about that or the GameStop stock. It was everywhere. And like I couldn't even like imagine it. But it was interesting because I keep seeing it go up. And I remember when it got to 8, for me, I started to notice a pattern of like people on the internet. and we're gonna transition into this part of it where. So like I had invested my money and I was like, I told myself, I was like, listen, I just invested this little bit of money. I'm happy if I leave with anything more,
right?
If I start to lose money, I'll pull out and I'll take my loss, right. But a part of me was like, well, you kind of got to gauge where you feel like, sure, you got to be happy with wherever you decide to pull out or whatever. But I started noticing on social media, man, I went on TikTok and like I was on there and everybody was talking about Dogecoin. Either it was pushing that to me because I guess my phone was listening or whatever, but people are like, buy. We're going to drive this up. We're going to stick it to the man. We're going to do all these things. And then I was like, yo, this seems kind of weird. Like for me, it felt a little weird because I was like, I wonder how much those people have invested in this that they're wanting to drive the price up, You know what? What? Screw
Robinhood, yo. Robinhood even fucked this up too.
Yeah, they did.
This shit was growing until Robinhood stopped people from buying it.
I think I will say though, because the reason why I pulled out is when I started to see Robinhood, what they were doing with GameStop. I'm like, oh, Robinhood's probably going to do something about this.
They really did it. And I was heavy on Reddit, like reading Reddit all day. Bro, there were hundreds of people trying to figure out where to buy it.
Exactly.
If they could have easily bought it on Robinhood, it would have soared even more.
Bro, yeah, it probably would have. I would say probably made up to 50 cents, if not get to $1 eventually. Just because I think the momentum was behind it. But Robinhood was like, nope.
Robinhood.
But I think the reason why they did it was because they're like, they didn't expect that to happen. And
did I tell you the reason they did it? Okay, so basically, the way their money works, when you buy Dogecoin, they put in the order, right? So even though you're giving them money, technically they buy it.
Yeah.
So then if everyone's money goes insane, the way their finances work, they have to give you the money. So they were worried that they could actually
go bankrupt or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could like implode as a company by not having enough money to hand out that they technically owed to people.
That's wild.
So supposedly that's the reason why they stopped cryptocurrency.
And that's like crazy because like I said, this was something I just listening to like other people and like reading articles and stuff about it. People are like, this was like almost like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, and that's why I went so big.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Because I saw what happened with GameStop. We talked about GameStop, and I got into GameStop late, and I was thinking, damn, if I would have got in early,
you would have made a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's FOMO too, fear of missing out. Of course. So when I thought about this coin, that's why when I was laying in bed, I was like, fuck it. I got to figure out how to do this shit.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't even letting me do it at first. I had to, whatever. But then I got it. And
it is what it is. It is what it is. But it brings me back to sort of go back to the segue. I realized, and I think you too realize, is that you were saying that there are three kind of people in this.
Yeah.
And I think I have a feeling, I know what you're saying, even though you haven't said it to me yet, but I have a feeling that there are people, which I think this is pretty dope, but I wanted you to get into like the three people that you kind of saw. Cause I know I saw different versions of people or whatever.
Okay, so on Reddit's the main place you're getting information on this, or I was getting information. This is the main place where all this shit grew at, right? So basically there's the one person that believes in it long term. They wholeheartedly believe that this shit is going to take off. And I was even reading about this before it went crazy. People are saying Dogecoin could hit $1 in 1 year to 10 years.
Yeah.
So these are people that bought in. They're like, nah, fuck that. No matter what, I'm keeping my money. And that's everybody that's saying hold. Some of the people that are saying hold.
Exactly, hold the line.
And that's why I even though I probably pulled out at a good time, I even kind of feel bad about pulling out. Because what if this shit does go crazy?
Yeah.
I would be like, damn, I missed out on a giant tsunami wave.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the first type of person. The second type of person was like me.
Yeah.
Right? Newbies that don't know what they're doing and then got scared.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't need to describe that one too much.
No, exactly. You're kind of like just following the crowd and you're like,
it's like you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. It's like, oh my God.
I could come up too, you know? But not knowing like how the shit works.
So the third group of people, these are like the sharks. These are people that are basically telling everyone, buy, hold, buy.
Yeah.
But then when it gets big, they actually sell.
They sell,
So they're preying on people's kind of stupidity and ignorance to the situation, which I was. And everybody, even when shit was tanking, everybody was like, nah, hold. And then, just reading through some stuff today, everybody's, there's a group of people criticizing the people that didn't sell. And then there's a group of people criticizing the people telling everyone to hold.
Exactly.
Like, y'all knew what y'all were doing, and then y'all sold high. Basically, like a pump and dump.
Exactly.
Like, everybody put money into it, made it explode.
And I know that's like the keyword, the pump and dump. That's what I heard a lot of people say. Dogecoin is a pump and dump currency.
But it's funny because I feel like there's a group of people that aren't like that, and there's a group of people that are like that.
Yeah.
So those two groups just kind of collided.
Exactly. It was so interesting because, like I said, I agree with, like, there are those three types of people. There are people who do this for a living, or they just know a lot and they've been doing this for a while. There's the people who have no idea, no clue, no experience in this, but because they have FOMO, or they're like, man, I could probably come up some money, and they're in a desperate situation. They're like, you know what, let me throw some change and I could try to come up a little bit. And what was the third one? I can't remember the other one. The sharks, the newbies.
And then me.
And then you, exactly.
Oh, no, I was the newbie.
Oh, you're
the other group of people was the people that actually believe long term.
Oh, exactly. They actually believed in it.
There's people that say, in 1 year to 10 years, hang on to this shit.
Exactly.
And it could go up to $1.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to jump off of a bridge for selling what I sold.
More than anything, it was interesting to me because I kept seeing a lot of people being like, hold the line, like, hey, keep buying, keep trying to buy, blah, blah, blah. And I remember, there was a lot of things on social media and TikTok, people showing the amount of money that they had made. Mm-hmm. And there were parts of me that felt kind of weird. I'm like, well, if you made this amount of money, why don't you just pull out? Because
it's the thing that, it could hit six figures.
No, true. But I guess maybe my reasoning behind it is like, well, at the end of the day, the stock market, this is all a gamble.
Right.
It's all a gamble. You're gambling on the hope or it's like you're taking a chance on, like, this could reach 6. Now, it's kind of like, for me, I guess maybe it's different for everybody, but for me, I'd be like, for example, let's say I put, I don't know, $1,000 in Dogecoin, right? Mm-hmm. And there are people who did that, and they, like, eventually Dogecoin shot up, and they're like, I've made 100,000,
right?
Like, for me, I'm like, well, I'm pulling this shit out now, and
but if you made 100,000, what's to say you couldn't have made 10 million? See, that's why people didn't pull out.
No, true. But I think the thing behind that what if is that emotion behind it, because people are like, oh, if I make 10 million, I'm going to feel amazing. And they're letting emotion dictate. But I think behind the stock market and like shit like this cryptocurrency, there's no emotions in it. You kind of have to pay attention to how this shit works. And sometimes there's a lot of unpredictable shit that happens. But like, it's kind of like, do you want to... I guess maybe it's a more so, well, you got to be okay with taking that chance. And then also you have to be okay with losing everything, And so it's like, for me, if I had made $100, I was like, listen, there's a possibility it could go up, but would I be happy if I pulled this money out now? And then for me in the short term, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'd be happy. Because then I could probably flip it again in a different area.
I don't know, man. See, that was my whole thought process. It's like, if I sell now, if that thing does go to $1, it's going to be... That could be like a regret for the rest of your life, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's so interesting. I feel like I wouldn't have that regret.
So it's almost like, okay. In one hand, I have $10,000.
Okay.
In another hand, I have $100,000. So I open this hand, there's 10,000, right? And it's like, I can give this to you now, or if you wait a couple hours, I can give you this.
Or a year.
If you wait a couple hours, I can give you 100,000.
Well, I think the better analogy is like, there's $10,000 in one hand and 100,000 next one. You open the one that's 10,000, like, I can give this to you now, or there's a likelihood that you might get 100,000, but it's not a for sure thing.
Right. Yeah.
And so, I guess that comes down to the individual person.
Right.
Like, hey, do you want to take a chance to get this 100 now? You might not end up at 100.
Right.
It might be less, or it might be negative, and you lose this 10,000. And so that's the way that I look at it. Because for me, I'm just like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you come out on top and you get more than what you put in, I think that's a win regardless. And sure, I feel like with this whole Dogecoin, I think that it'll go back up. Because I think this I have a prediction. Because the night that I sold, I remember you telling me, you're like, hold it.
Nah, bro, I really wanted you to hold it.
You were telling me to like,
I was mad you sold.
Yeah, you're upset I sold, but like the way that I look at it, I'm like, man, I gained what I put in plus more. That's a win for me. And so yeah, exactly. And so now
it's going up right now.
It's going up, but like, I think that it's gonna constantly do that because like looking at how I think that there's patterns for everything. So if you look at the graph, you see a lot of this: go up, go right back down, go up, go right back down.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out when to catch it when it's down right before it goes up.
I mean, it's hard because
it is hard.
They say nobody gets in at the right time and
exactly.
Nobody got out at the right time. So when I got out, I made some money.
Yeah, exactly.
I did.
And I think to me, that's like the best thing. You kind of have to just be able to live with the decision you make.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, and it happened right before I was going to sleep, I kept looking at it and I was paying attention to the graph. And I was like, I started to be like, how do people, like looking at how volatile it was. And I was like, man, this is moving up. It's so unpredictable because it always does this up, down, up, down, up, down. There's no predictability about it. I was like, I don't trust people. I think this shit's going to go back down. And my intuition is like, pull out right now. And I pulled out when I did and I made my money.
You sold when it was highest?
Not at its highest, not at like 8.
You sold in the morning when you woke up?
No. I sold like at 2 a.m.
Oh.
And so
you made it go down.
But see the thing is,
that's right when it dropped.
Yeah, I'm the reason why it went all the way
You're
down.
the reason why, bro.
But I think because like my money's insignificant compared to what other people had in there. But what was I saying? Oh, I was just saying that I just looked at it and I was just like, would I be happy leaving with how much I've made now? And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well then pull out. And I pulled out because luckily I had a feeling. What happened the next day? It shot all the way down to 3. It dropped so fucking low. And I was like, I came up, you know? But I was like, my brain was like, well, if this is how this thing works, then sure enough, it'll shoot super low. And then eventually, I don't know if it'll go back as the highest was 8 or 9 cents or something like that. Then I was like, just invest, I can invest like $50 or something when it's like super low. So that way you can just come up more. I just think of it as like, you got to get in and then you got to get out. Got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
That short-term investing is scary.
It is scary.
I didn't feel good for any of those days.
Now, can you imagine? Now, imagine this. People who do that for a living, but they put in like quadruple.
I was thinking that. Imagine you're looking at your phone or a graph and you're watching millions go down.
Bro, like
now, I'm not built for that life. I don't think I can do it.
I'm not built for that life either.
I can't. Now I see why people on Wall Street, there's all the funny depictions of like, remember Wolf on Wall Street and Matthew McConaughey's character? I think about him when I think about Wall Street. I don't really think about Leo's character because that was just a wild, fun character. But the other guy, he was just this weird guy, and he did, what was it, like coke for breakfast?
Yeah, he just did a lot of wild shit.
He probably just got to be on fucking...
Bro, like, I can't imagine how many people... Like, he gave me a perspective, like, people who do this, and they actually have, like, 6 figures invested. And they're trying to, like, flip it or double it. And then for them to be like... I'm probably like, bro, these dudes probably get no sleep. They just like... Shit, I gotta get ready for to flip this, I can only imagine people for these like past few days where people had invested like so much. Bro, I saw some people who in there had like close to $1 million. And I was like... $1
million?
Close to $1 million. They had invested so much. And then some people, they had invested, what they would do is they would see the profit and then they would double down.
One thing that made me pull my money out?
What's that?
I was doing a lot of reading on Reddit, but they were saying that, man, this happened last time with another, cryptocurrency. And last time people in there were posting like the numbers of the suicide hotline numbers and telling people,
bro,
because people like ruined their lives doing that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll still have a substantial gain. Let me sell. Before I have a big regret.
Or you have a mental breakdown.
Regret, bro. This whole thing was about regret because I didn't sell at the top because I would regret if I sold and it went crazy.
Went up crazy,
And then when it went down, I regretted that I didn't
sell at the top.
And then when I sold, I even regretted selling it
because you're like, what if it goes back up,
bruh?
It's a lot of what if. You just have to be like, ugh. That's where I got
to get out the game, man.
Yeah. And so I guess now you're like, well, let me just do long term because that's not as stressful.
But sadly, I did put a small amount of money back.
No,
on,
I mean I think
Dogecoin.
that's smart, but
Right.
it's like, you know, it's versus putting a small amount versus being like, you know what, I'm putting what is it, taking a loan out on my home. And
Oh God.
like, don't do that. And so, but I understand why, because this is why. What was it that when the stock market crashed and all them people were like killing themselves, like way back in the day, and people like, I see why I'm like, yo, because at the end of the day, this is like their livelihood,
Yeah.
you know, and so a lot of people are like, I just lost my house,
Yeah.
I just lost all this, you know. It reminds me. That's why I think I didn't like the feeling I was getting either, because I don't really enjoy gambling. And then when I did this with Dogecoin, I was like, oh, this is just like gambling.
I think that's my problem, and just to kind of, you know, I'm an honest person, and I think part of me is a gambler.
Yeah.
I've had many situations where I've kind of done too much. Like I was even into online poker for a little bit.
Oh,
Do
you were
remember-
part of that wave?
Do you remember?
I know that wave.
You remember Facebook poker where it was free?
Yeah.
Dude, I think I started out with 1,000. Yeah, I mean, this was free. This wasn't
Yeah,
real money.
of course.
But I started out with 1,000. I grew to like 250,000. So I'm like, yo, I'm good at this shit. But you're playing real people. It was like real people. So I'm like, yo, I'm good at this shit. Let me try the real shit.
Oh boy.
So I put in like $100. Immediately lost it. I'm like, yo, I had a bad run. I'm gonna try this shit
no.
again. Like, nah, I'm actually good at this. So I
Yeah.
put in $100. Boom, lost it. I'm like, you know what? Bad run. Try it one more. I put in like 250. This time I lost it slower,
Slowly.
but I still lost it. So I'm like, you know what? This is a problem, and I stopped.
Yeah.
But then I did it again with sports betting.
Oh.
So I put like it was either like $100 or $200, and then I lost it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
So I put in like $500.
Oh my God.
But then it went down, bro. I got so fucking lucky. It went down to like $70, right? So then I went all in on one game. Actually won.
Okay.
Went all in on a second game. Actually won. Went all in on the third game. Actually won. So I got my 500 back, and then I got out.
Bro.
So it's kind of the exact same situation here. It's like I went in
Yeah.
big. I shouldn't have. And now I saw what happened, and now I just need to leave that shit alone.
Yeah, gambling kind of reminds me of like drug addiction a little bit,
Yeah.
because you're kind of like, when you get down, you're just like, no, I know if I just get, you know, the next hand, I'm gonna get it back. And
It's a high, man. It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's only for certain people, and
Yeah.
I realize I'm kind of like that, but I do have self-control to where when I see it's a problem, I'm like, okay, let me chill.
Yeah, I think like for me, like I didn't enjoy gambling. I know my mom, she gambles from time to time, but nothing like crazy or whatever. You know, she was very smart about it. She'd be like, I'm gonna set myself a limit of I'm only gonna spend 200, and once if I lose all that 200, then I'm done.
Right.
Like it's a hard cutoff. And she was very smart. And sometimes she would come up, and sometimes she'd be like, she got to like 100. She's like, you know what? No, let me hold on to this 100. And you know, it's just I'm on a bad streak, so let me just get away from this. You know, bad juju, or whatever. And for me, I don't like the idea of losing my money like that at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
And so, but I do remember, but I guess maybe it also depends on the amount. Because I remember back in high school, we used to do this thing we would call flipping quarters. And basically what it was is you would, two people, you have a bunch of quarters, and you would flip one quarter at a time. Whoever flipped first, the second person would have to match them to win. Because if they didn't match the heads or tails, they would lose. So it's quick, but it's only like 20. You got to think about it's 25 cents.
Oh, so you actually get the quarters?
Yeah,
you take,
and you
okay.
go back and forth. And so, bro, but I was good at it. Like I just had luck on my side. I'd be flipping. I would lose some, but then I'd get it back and double, and I would take people's money. But and I was like, wow, this is dope. But then if it got higher than like $1 or something, I'd be like, no, that's too much money. And then like because then I would think, I just lost. I could have went and got myself something to eat. You know, I lost my food money.
I could have got a McDouble,
I could have got myself a taco salad.
a McChicken.
Exactly. And so, but then, I mean, that's probably because at the time I was like, well, you know, I only had so much money. You know, I didn't have, dispensable income or whatever. But this whole thing just taught me, like, it showed me so much about like how the system is rigged.
Yeah.
Or it's in the favor of the big wigs.
Yeah.
And so, but it's very interesting because I was reading some tweets about people who were saying, because, a lot of the people in the high ups, they were like, we need some regulations.
Oh, dude, not to cut you off, but I heard something crazy. I don't know if it's true or not.
What's that?
But this guy said that Robinhood, they don't make the majority of their money from people like me who just get the app and buy stuff. Supposedly, they make the most of their money from selling data to big wigs and rich people.
Wow.
So basically, they'll take the information from like what traders are doing around the world, and they'll sell that information to like billionaires for them to figure out how to profit from it.
Wow.
Supposedly.
See, that's why we need Andrew Yang, who's like, hey, your data's worth money. So, like, if you want to sell it, they should pay you for your data, which is very interesting.
Well, no, that's data that shouldn't be sold.
Oh, that shouldn't be sold.
That's like insider trading. That's if
okay,
you knew the
okay.
whole world was buying something,
Of course.
then you know what to do with that information. If
Exactly.
you're like a stock market dude,
Okay. I see what
that's
you're
like
saying.
some illegal shit.
That's illegal. People go to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
That's
There
crazy.
are people saying that people at Robinhood could go to jail over this stuff.
I think was it AOC? She was talking about like trying to get government to get involved and be like, hey, you can't do this, because when they stopped it, they're like, no, you shouldn't be allowed to do this. Which for me, I'm just like, hey, listen, you signed up for this. This is just something that maybe you guys miscalculated, and you shouldn't have stopped. If you would have been bankrupt, that's on you. I feel like you got to live with your decisions, man.
Are you talking about Robinhood?
Yeah, you gotta. If you lose your money, you be like, well, fuck. It is what it is. Somebody else will take your place. But that's just how I feel. Nothing.
Hey, man. Buy Dogecoin and hold. Hold it.
Don't
Buy it. We're going to the moon.
Do research.
To the moon.
And whenever people started saying to the moon, I was like, oh, it's time to pull out.
Bro, I was in. I was sharing memes. I was retweeting.
Oh my god.
I was in.
It started to feel like I knew you were when I saw your Instagram
Bro,
post.
it felt like I was
God. Oh my god.
I saw somebody said a funny. They said to the moon, my ass.
That's what I was saying in my head. I was like, to the moon.
Bro, I thought we were going to the moon,
Oh
bro.
my god. I was like, I put as much trust in stocks and cryptocurrency as much as I do in people.
Me and my Doge. I thought we were going to the moon.
Doge will get there one day, but now I think what's gonna happen is gonna take time.
Yeah.
So invest a little now, because I think eventually, maybe one day in a year or two, it'll get up to $1.
If you're listening to this podcast, buy it and hold it.
Put 10, 20 bucks in there.
Add a couple zeros on the end of that.
No, don't listen.
Gamble.
We are
live
not.
a little.
We have no experience in the stock market or cryptocurrencies. That's a disclaimer. Don't blame us or sue us.
Live life on the edge.
No. Anyway, enough of stock talk. Oh, that should be a segment. Stock talk. Stock talk.
Oh, that was a terrible sound effect. I was trying to.
The Seinfeld. No. Stock talk. But anyway,
That was a crazy time.
it was very interesting, and didn't like the feeling that I had, but I was like, time to get out. But anyway, hold on, I want to add this real quick to that. I don't believe in this shit where people are like, we're in this together. No, you're not. You're not in this fucking thing together. You're saying that so that way you could drive the price up. And so I don't believe in this. Guys, we can do this together. No, motherfucker, you in there because you want it to go to a certain price so you could sell and make money. Somebody gonna get shit on. That's what's gonna happen.
You sound like a Doge denier.
I can call me a Doge. I don't care, because at the end of the day, the stock market's for one person. So I think that like people who are saying we're in this together, we're gonna become millionaires. Not everybody, bro. Not everybody. Somebody gotta lose. So somebody gotta win. Somebody gotta lose. That's all I have left to say.
Yeah. To the moon, guys. Bye.
That's because he's invested. That's why he's saying that. If he wasn't, he wouldn't say that.
Bye. I've turned from a guppy to a shark.
A guppy to a shark.
You know the guppies? Guppies are like the small fish that just get killed.
Oh.
You know, and sharks just,
Sharks just do the killing.
Sharks, I've turned from a guppy to a shark. Not really.
Boy.
I'm a loser. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Just don't put your faith in the stock market. Put your faith in yourself.
Put your faith in Jesus.
Jesus said he wants you to invest.
Ask Jesus what stock to buy.
Jesus coin.
Jesus, oh shit.
Bro, you could get all the Christians and all the Catholics and like everybody. Bro, that shit would just go up and they were like, this is all for God. But then there'd be a scandal. It'd be like, oh, the pastors.
But then somehow the pastors are the only ones that can withdraw it.
Exactly. That's hilarious. Maybe we could talk about. Well, I feel like this whole episode, I don't want it to be all stock market.
What
I'm about to be like, should there be an age limit on when being able to do stocks?
No. Let the children buy.
Oh my God.
Bro, did you see? There was a kid. If he won something, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I don't know if he won $3,200 or he was.
Okay.
Anyway, the kid, 10-year-old kid, bought $3,200 of stock in GameStop.
Oh my God.
But no, this is a great story.
And he came up.
He came up.
Wow.
So
did he
congrats
sell?
I think he made 10 grand.
Oh, okay.
So he probably got in like late, but he won something.
Still.
And this was actually before the GameStop craze.
Wow.
So he bought GameStop stock and then they sold for like 10 grand.
Either that kid's really smart or he's really lucky.
Maybe both.
10 years old?
He's 10 years old. It's a news article. Yep.
That's crazy. He knows about the stock market. His dad must be in stocks or something.
Bruh, if
Or
I
mom.
would have had my parents buy me Apple when
you
I
were
was
young?
10, I wouldn't be in this house with y'all right now. I'd be on a beach.
Well, think about it like this then. If one day you decide to have a kid, invest in Dogecoin now.
Oh.
And then when your kid's 18, you can be like, son, or daughter, I invested in Dogecoin.
Should I double down, bro?
No.
Should I triple down right now?
Oh, see, this is this is what happens in addiction. You know, you go, hey, should I have another drink? Hey, good luck.
Shit's booming right now.
You say it's booming.
It's actually booming.
I don't believe it. I think I'm done with Dogecoin.
Yeah.
But now it's time for Bitcoin to keep taking off. But anyway, how about the weather? No.
Okay. Say, why can't I think of his name? What was the guy?
Elon.
No. The crocodile guy from Australia.
Oh, Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin's, he's still alive right now. He comes to you. He's got a
I don't know where you're going with this. But don't
he's got Noah's Ark, right?
Okay.
Noah's Ark.
Yeah. 2
of every animal. They're all babies.
Okay.
Baby animals. He says, Easy Elliott. I will give you 2 baby animals of your choice.
Okay.
What animals do you pick? And you'll grow with it and raise it, and it'll be like your animals.
I would pick 2 animals. You said. Mm-hmm. So like one animal and then a different one. Mm-hmm. Okay. A giraffe.
I was thinking giraffe. That'd be cool to have.
That's my favorite animal.
That's your favorite animal?
Yeah, because it's chill. It's peaceful. It don't bother nobody until it starts swinging its neck.
Oh yeah,
that shit get crazy. I'm like, you gonna break your neck, bro.
You know, giraffes. They've never smelt farts.
They've never smelled. Oh, because they're high up. That's hilarious. I'd pick a giraffe, and because I'm like, well, yeah, I just put it near a tree. Mm-hmm. It's gonna eat the leaves, and then I feed it from time to time. Let it walk around.
The whole neighborhood's gonna know you have a giraffe.
Oh, that's cool.
Everyone's gonna drive by like, look at that giraffe in the backyard.
And then I'm gonna put up a sign: "Step on my yard, you get shot." But no, because then maybe I can make money and let the kids come feed the giraffe.
Bro, this is
$10. But
don't
anyway.
be so opportunistic, bro.
But anyway, I'd pick a giraffe, and then I would pick any animal.
Any animal.
I'm trying to think of what I could probably keep alive. Cause like some of these animals, I'd be like, I'm sorry, bro, you gotta look.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Cause you gotta think about, you gotta provide a place for it to live.
Oh shit.
Eat. Cause like if I say shark, I'm like, well, you going into the ocean.
Oh yeah, you can't. You have to have a giant tank in your house. I got it.
It's gonna be a giraffe. And a a Shiba Inu dog.
Shiba Inu.
Yep.
A Dodge.
A Doge. Yep. It's a Doge.
Doge dog.
That's what a
you know
Doge
those dogs
is.
are actually terrible.
They are. They're very. They got attitudes.
They yell.
Oh, my bad.
Have you heard them like bark yell?
Yeah, they got attitude. You have to. The reason why they do that is because the owner. You have to be assertive with them and be like the alpha and be like, I run this shit. Because if not, they're gonna run all over you.
So you want a Dodge?
I take it back. Blue healer. I'm gonna take a blue healer.
Oh.
I want a blue healer because they're chill too. So two chill animals, and we're just chilling on a plot of land.
So I want a baby cheetah.
Oh boy,
That shit would be badass.
A baby cheetah, and then when it grows up,
Well, it's gonna grow with me, so I'm gonna teach it not to kill me.
how you gonna do that? You're gonna have a chart, a graph. It's like, this is me.
I'm gonna show it affection every single day. But I didn't think about the feeding it part, because people that walk by the street, they might just get attacked by my cheetah, and they're just gonna kill them.
Then next thing you know, law's gonna come in, shoot it down.
I want a baby cheetah and a baby bear.
Baby cheetah and a baby bear.
I want a bear.
What the hell?
Have you seen people that own bears?
Russians?
Yeah, and then the bear will just like walk in the house and just.
That shit's wild.
I would like it.
You're picking animals that I feel like their instinct is gonna take over, and they're just gonna kill for no reason.
But see, I'm gonna raise them.
But I mean, didn't
from a baby?
Siegfried and Roy raise the tiger, and
Not from a baby, did they?
Yeah, and then it ended up messing one of them up.
It killed one of them.
Did it kill him? I thought one of them just. Oh yeah, okay.
Didn't it kill him?
No, I don't think it killed him. I think it like hurt them really bad.
I think it killed him, bro.
I think one of them they had fucked their arm up. It's just like animals are gonna be animals.
Hang on.
That's why I'd get like a big piece of land for the giraffe, so that way my house is like on one side, but he can run all across the backyard or something, and not get nowhere near my house.
I gotta do a Google.
Do you think giraffes ever get shade?
Yeah, from big trees.
Okay, that's gotta be a big ass tree.
It does have to be a big tree.
But I feel like, I remember one that they got attacked, but they just got really hurt and they had to have surgery or something.
I thought dude died.
One of them died recently, but it was just because of something else, health reasons.
Swore the tiger killed him.
Nope, Tiger said. But then again, Tiger was in a cage, so he was, he wasn't free. I just don't like those.
Oh, it severed his spine.
Yep. See, but he still lived. Don't get a tiger, bro. Have you what's lately on my Instagram post, Instagram Explore page? I've been seeing like people in different countries have these exotic animals as pets. Because even people like in what's the name of the Middle Eastern country? The real like rich people live, princes and shit like that.
Oh,
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Like,
Dubai.
Excuse me, not Abu Dhabi. Dubai. They'll be having like cheetahs, hyenas, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I would want that life.
I would not want that life.
I need that life.
I'm okay.
I need to be my version of Joe Exotic.
No, I think I'd rather just have the simple farm life.
Just one giraffe.
Just one giraffe, a dog to herd the sheep.
To chase the giraffe.
To chase the giraffe. And they'd be buddies. And then every now and then the dog would climb on the giraffe's back and the giraffe would let him ride him around. Simple. Bro, what an easy life. You don't have to worry about them attacking you. At least I don't think giraffes attack people.
My bear and my cheetah are gonna fuck up your dog and your giraffe.
I would never allow them over here. I'd have electric fences and I'd have snipers on each side of the
snipers. What are you, the president?
Yep. I'd be like, hey, I hire you. If you ever see somebody that's gonna try to hurt my animals, take them out, just like that. So
okay, what would be the worst two animals to take?
Cheetah and a bear. No, worst two animals. Let me think. Ooh, there's a lot. Like, I'm trying to think. Worst two animals. What are some animals that would just like be horrible for you? That's a good question.
I'm gonna just go with the world's most venomous snake, like
cobra, or not a cobra. A rattlesnake?
I forget what it is. Is it the black mamba? That's one of the most venomous. Maybe not the most.
Can you now imagine that? But you have a bunch of tall grass. You don't know,
bruh.
You don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
No. I
can't raise that from a baby.
Boy, hell no.
And then a black widow spider.
Ooh, now that's scary.
They'll just kill you.
I have a fear of spiders. I don't like them things.
Yeah.
Now I know some of them are cool, like your daddy long legs or whatever. And they handle flies and shit. But for the most part, I'm like, nah, bro, you can't live here.
It's actually good to have snakes in your area around your house.
Really?
It eats the rodents.
Oh, so like rats and stuff?
Yeah, they're actually a good animal to have around the house. You don't want them around the house, but
I don't want them. Or if I do, I want them to I wish they could communicate and be like, hey, I'm outside. Oops,
maybe this just reminded me of Not All Here moment for me.
Oh, let's get into non here moments. We're at 50 minutes.
All right. Should I start? Do you have one?
I don't have one yet, so I'm going to have to come up with one.
All right. Mine isn't great. I was actually going to do one as a joke.
Okay.
And say my not all here moment is when I bought a shitload of
Dogecoin.
So when I was a kid, and when I say kid, I'm talking like 5, 6 years old, I used to kill snakes.
Whoa.
I would take
you were that type of kid.
Yeah, I would take a baseball. My dad taught me how to do it, and I would take a baseball bat and just go outside, literally looking for snakes to kill, and I would kill them.
Wow, you real country.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Not a long story, but... And we've had snakes in my house multiple times when I was a kid. Because growing up during the summer, for a while, you know, we lived in a log cabin and we didn't have air conditioning for a while. So during the summer, we would leave the doors open and all the windows open. And sometimes snakes would just crawl in the house.
Yo, that's...
And then we'd just be like, oh, shit, there's a snake in here. And
wow.
Yeah.
So, wait, that was your not all here moment?
Yeah.
Where was the moment?
I was killing snakes with a baseball bat.
Okay. I see what you're saying now. Person,
I don't know if that's really one. I was just, you know.
No, I see what you're saying. Because actually that reminded me of something that happened to me and one of my good friends, T-Rose, one of my best friends, when we were at college. So I used to be an RA. You know, basically somebody that's kind of there to...
I feel like these are all your not all here moments. Was you in college as a RA?
Boy, don't even get me started. A lot of bad decisions were made. But
peeing
it made me...
on cop cars?
Peeing on cop cars, running away, falling, blacking out.
Not understanding... can I come over? I'm
sexual
wet.
advancement. Sexual advancement. Yeah, not understanding that. Maybe when I think about it, maybe with her as a side note, like I kind of did, but I was just like, well, no, why would
get a towel?
Get it wet, blow dry yourself dry. What the hell? No, it reminds me of one moment where, so when I was in campus and I was an RA, sometimes I would do it over the summer because I didn't want to go back home, and I enjoyed living by myself and you know, having my own place. So one time over the summer, I was working 3 or 4 jobs plus doing the RA thing, and sometimes I'm gonna sound old. We used to have beepers. And like,
you had beepers?
Yeah, beepers and like an RA phone.
I'm older than you, and I never had a beeper.
Yeah, but it was like more so like we would just see it, and it'd be like somebody's calling because they're locked out, or you need to call them because they're locked out, or something came up, blah blah blah. You got to help somebody.
Yeah.
And I remember I moved into this, like, I guess, little townhome that the university had bought. And it was like cool. I had a roommate, but he was like a foreign exchange student. He didn't talk too much English, but literally all he did, he was just stay in his room, play computer games. Like
Javier?
No. He was like from Russia or something.
Oh, Sidman.
Khabib. No. No, but anyway, he was always in his room. But anyway, that's besides the point. But one night, I remember my homie T-Rose came over, and I remember when he was knocking on the door and he came in, and we just heard this something like came in the house, and I was like, "Will, what the fuck was that?" And I remember all of a sudden we start hearing this almost like screeching sound.
Oh, it was an owl or a bird?
No, it wasn't an owl or a bird, and it was like
squirrel.
No, it was like it was like screeching. It was scary. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
A bat.
It turned out to be a locust.
What?
And it was making this loud ass like siren sound. And I was like, yo, where the fuck is this thing at? This shit is scary, because bugs kind of freak me out a little bit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I remember we had cornered it in between the fridge and this counter. And so what I did was I threw a towel over it. Because we were like, all right, bet. And then like I had got like a mop or like a bat, and I was just like, trying to kill it. The sound stopped, and I'm like, oh, okay, bet, we got it. Took the towel off, started flying over around the house, and I'm like, oh shit. And then me and my friend T-Rose, like, we both have like sticks in our hand. We're swinging at the thing. We're swinging at the thing. Eventually, one of us swings at it, hits it, and it goes flying out the door.
Damn.
And then we were like, get the fuck out of my apartment.
Good job, bro.
And so, but then it flew off again. And so I felt like when like, it's very interesting, because I feel like even though as strong as I am, I wonder if because I'm hitting it in the air, if it's going to have that same impact. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if that makes any sense.
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever thought about, let's say if me or you jumped off of a building, that would hurt, right?
I mean, depending on how tall it is, you might die.
I'm talking about a building.
like a
Any kind of building.
Okay.
Even this building. It'd probably hurt.
yeah. I mean, possibility you could really hurt yourself and maybe die.
But if there's a spider on the edge of this table and they jump to the ground, is that not like the same thing?
I feel like for them it's different. It's kind of like cats. Think about cats. Cats sometimes jump from really high places. And their equilibrium shifts, and they're able to take some sort of impact in.
It's that science magic.
Yeah, and I think though cats, there are certain heights cats can't jump from, and that's it. And so like maybe for spiders, for them, this is like they're like, well, this is fine, and they'll still be able to run because I think for one, too, they don't have a lot of weight, like to carry around. Yeah. But no, that is interesting because I remember I would always notice cats for the most time. Like when they would jump or if they flipped or something, they would still find their way to be like, all right, balance. Very interesting. Dogs can't do that though. But
yeah, bro.
Sorry, Doc.
Sorry, I got you off track. We got way off track.
No, it's all good. It's actually it's about that time. The end of the episode.
Time? Yeah. So to summarize,
oh boy,
download the Robinhood app and buy Dogecoin.
Didn't you just say fuck Robinhood?
And then hold.
Didn't you say fuck Robinhood?
Fuck Robinhood. But if they let you buy it, buy it.
I think what's going to happen from this is that I think a lot of people by now, if not soon, a lot of people are just going to uninstall Robinhood. I think it's a really bad look.
That's what I really wanted to do, and then something told me to buy this shit again. And
I think
it's still going up.
I think there's going to be another app that somebody creates that's going to be like,
Oh, they say there's better ones. They say Voyager is a good one, and Binance are both good ones. I tried to get Binance, but it wouldn't let me. So
gotcha.
God was telling me to stop.
He's like, I ain't tell you to do that.
You've done enough.
He's like, hey, you gonna make me go bankrupt. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the episode 14. This is the Stonks talk episode.
Sorry to overload on stocks.
Boy, people are like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
They stopped listening 30 minutes ago. Yeah, no, they were like,
talk about stupid shit. That's what we listen to y'all for. But anyway, it's ECL. We hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I guess this is going to come out February 1st. So happy early Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies, fellas, boy, if you haven't bought your gift already, go buy that shit quick.
Buy your lover some stock.
Oh, my God. You know what? That seems like a rich thing to say. Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, he bought her own brand of tea that's in Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I bought shares of your tea, but also Starbucks, it's sold in Starbucks stores.
That's some rich shit right there.
That's rich shit. And to me, I'm like, lame. But anyway.
I'm trying to be on that level one day.
One day. I don't know. Do I want to be on that level? Yeah.
Baby, I bought you Elon Musk's painting.
I bought you stocks in this company. They were like, yeah. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. We hope that you guys have a great rest of the week. If you could, man, wherever you're listening to the podcast, if you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure you write a review, give us 5 stars, man. It really helps us branch out to more people and just more people get exposed to us. Spotify, if you're on Spotify, follow us on Spotify. So that way you're always updated on the newest episodes when they come out. Make sure to follow our Instagram accounts. It's Cool Ass People, Cool ASSPPL. Also, mine is It's Easy L. L is spelled ELL. Jetty?
I am JRB, the producer, on all social media networks. Also, I don't know if you already said it, Not All Here Podcast.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Not All Here Podcast on Instagram.
So follow that one. Shoot us a DM, you know what I mean?
Tell us about Stonks.
Yeah.
And maybe how dumb we are and we didn't know that.
Tell us if you came up or if you fell off.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell us like percentage-wise. I came up 50% or 3,000%.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll catch y'all on the next episode and do your research before you invest in Stonks.
Yeah. So. You don't have to.
All right. Well, all right, man. We'll catch y'all later. Yep.